Hello, welcome back to the Spider's Web, and in this video we are going to be putting together some of the Steel Legion from Conquest, Last Argument of Kings. Now I've done 9 of them, couldn't count then, and as you can see they're all lined up in the middle. As I said, I've done 9 of them, they look fairly similar to this. I've done some strange little poses with some of them, like this fella has his sword almost horizontal as though he's taking a sweep at somebody, same with this fella. It's just the way the it's just the way the models worked with the poses. I think the glue not the glue slipped, but the glue didn't stick terribly well, and I was struggling trying to get what's the word I'm looking for, grip on it. So unfortunately they've gone a little bit haywire, but other than that we're fine. So what are we going to be doing in this video? Well, there are 3 left to do. We have a blank base here, and we have 2 that are already made up apart from the head and arms. These are going to be the 2 command chaps, the one with the banner and the actual leader of the squad. And I'm also going to show you how I put one of these together as well. So let's start off with the Borough, doing the full one rather than the partial ones. We'll leave the command ones till later, so we'll pop those there. Now we need that base, and we need the sprues. Now as you can see, I've taken a lot of these pieces off the sprues. So what I'm doing is snip, snip and snippage. So that's one leg. There's no other legs on this sprue, so the other leg must be here. Yep, there's your leg. We only have these 2 legs, so this must fit together. If not, I will be very, very surprised. Yep, there we are. So, get that, and then we get a knife or some sandpaper. I can't find my emery boards that I usually use for filing these. I've put them somewhere after using them on something, and they have vanished. There we are. We will stick with that, and just do that, and then we will add glue, and then we will attempt to stick these together. There we go. Now the glue I'm using, I'll just put the lid back on so I can tilt the bottle, is Humbrol liquid poly. Do quite like this. Got a brush applicator, as you've just seen, but it's a little runnier than I thought it would be, but that's fine, not a big problem. There are some areas that will probably need just that little bit more coverage with it, so it sticks fully. There we are. And while that's waiting to dry, I will smooth some onto the footsies of this little chappy and attach this onto the aforementioned base. Now as you can see, there's one foot flat on the floor and the other foot is raised as though he's in mid-stride. Oops. So I want to make sure that there is a good connection, because with this being polycement, it will melt the plastic to make a good fused joint, so we don't need to worry about pinning. So while that's drying and settling, we can look for the torso, and there's nothing on here, but we have front and back here, so let's use these because they are the only ones left. Now these I found were a little bit of a pain in the backside to smooth out, because where these are attached at the shoulder, it's near the rounded area for the arm to attach to, and getting into it is a little bit awkward. And some of these also at the hip are at a slight ridge, and if you're not careful you might remove the ridge, but you can work around it. Right, back into the glue, and all over here. Now these two little pegs here coincide. You can see there's two little pegs there coincide with the two holes that are in that side, and you just place them together. It's as simple as that. One thing I have noticed, however, is I have made a slight boo-boo with the torsos, and the ones that are on the official instructions I've already used, so I'm using different ones for mine. But they're again saying that this is my minis, these are my minis, so I will do them however the hell I want to. So it's not an actual mistake, it's that I don't want the ones that they show on the instructions. That is my what do we call it? That is my opinion. That is my theory behind it. It's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So there we are. We have the torso and the legs done. They're not looking too great around the hips and that, but once I found my once I found my emery boards, I'll try and clear up as much as I can on them before I start painting. If I can't find them, then they'll just have to be painted like that. Ah well. Next, sword disease. Now then, where are these thumbs? Okay, so let's go with this one, because I do quite like this. No, let's not. Let's go with this one. Just snip as close as you can to the piece, and slice away. Now on some of these there's a little bit of flashing on the edges of the swords, which is why I'm going a little bit rougher with it than I normally would. There we go. So we'll have that, and that one, I already broke one off earlier, so that one can go into there. I snipped this one off earlier because we we're going to put it on another one, and then I realised I picked up the wrong arm and I wanted one of the longer arms to it, because there's only the hands on the whatchamacallit, on the sword. There was no arms, no part of the arms at all, whereas on this one you've got the arms here and the wrists. And there we go. So I will glue on there and then add that. And that's how I've done it on all of these, because it gives an interesting pose to it just by putting one on and allowing that to dry before putting the next one on. Now, which is the next one we want? Is that the same? It is the same bloody inside. Oh, you fool. Right, let's have a look and see what choices we have, if any. We have a choice of one, which is that one. What a blooming idiot. It didn't look the same, but as I was putting it on I thought, that looks very familiar. Well, then I realised it was actually the same one. Oh well, never mind. They're not easy to judge, some of these. So if you do get this game and you do start making these minis, just be very careful, because you know some of them can very easily be put on wrong. Okay, so that's that. Pop that one on like so. That goes into there. You know what? I don't like either of those. I'm not happy with either of them. Because neither of them look as though they're the right arm. That one is, but just looks too, what's the word I'm looking for? It doesn't look right. Let's pop that on there. Once again, pop this one on there. And then see how far we go with attaching this. And if we can't do it, we can take them off. There we are, done. Now we have a little bit of an issue with I know what we could do. We could hold them up like so and have it as though let's lower it down a touch. Lower that down and pop it into the socket like it's supposed to be. There we are. There we are. And then we have a head. We've got a few heads on the other one, but let's just do this one while it's the first one I picked up. Oh god, yeah. Yeah, I hadn't noticed that one attached to the feathers. Plume, sorry. Plume, it is called, not feathers. That's that. And then we can just pop some glue in the neck. And, oops, taking the head, just popping it in, and there we have it. So that is how you put a full one together. That is what we have, and that is how they look side by side. Now, I did say we were going to do the banner, Borough and the commander, so let's do that. I'm going to push these a little bit further up, that way I don't accidentally miss anything on the camera, because I know where the green mat roughly is in the camera, and I'm too busy trying to look what I'm doing rather than watch the screen. So hopefully I'll get everything on this time. I would take one of our bodies that we've already made up and pop it on like so. He went that way. There we are. And with this one, we want this long sword that has the full arm attached, because this actually goes over the shoulder. Well, that's how it's depicted. I'm not sure whether I'll be able to add this as a completely different pose or not, but I'm going to have a look at it and see. So again, we just clean up the areas that we've snipped off and make sure that there's no extra bits knocking around here and there. This is the easy part of the mini. We'll have that. Actually, I do quite like it looking going over the shoulder anyway, so let's just pop some glue on. And have it like that. There we are. And then the captain, commander, whatever he may be, the guy we're doing has his own particular helmet. There we are. And then dink. And there we are, there's the commander. This part here I'm going to try and use some my emery boards to smooth off, because it is a little tricky to get at. And I'll point his head facing the way he's pointing. And there we are. And that is the commander chappie. Now, if you find that some of them are a little difficult to fit in, you can always move them around. Like so. So the commander is there. Next, what we need is the bannerman. 2, 3. These sprue connectors are very, very thick. They don't need to be this thick. I don't think. They are too thick for some of the pieces. They just need to be thick enough to grip them, and hopefully we'll get a game of this going at some point once I've worked out how to play it and got somebody else, and so I taught somebody else to play it. That is always the nice thing, and it's always the hard part for me, trying to learn how to play a game if nobody else has it. Because I don't know anybody personally who has this game. So it's one of those things. But as I say, hopefully it will be a good experience. So yeah, just cutting off and scraping off the excess here. That's all we're doing. And then what we need to do is find out how this attaches. Doing a dry fit first. Always try and do a dry fit first, no matter what you do. Okay, so that fits onto there. And that fits onto there, like so. Now, is it? Yes, I see it now. Okay, fine. So I just need to scrape this bit off, which is not something I did earlier. I only did one side of it. Fool. There we are. Now we get the glue and glue it on. And while we're waiting for that to dry, let's get the other arm sorted out before we attach the banner. This guy has a little dagger. I'm saying little. A full-size sword to a hobbit. There we are. Now get some glue on there. And also in this we have a little scabbard, which we shall nip off. And as we know with scabbards, they always are on the opposite side to the hand that draws it, because it's much easier drawing it from the opposite side than struggling to try and draw it from the same side. If not impossible to draw it from the same side as the hand that you use it. I've never actually tried, so I don't know. but I would see that that is the ideal place for a scabbard, and so that is where I'll place it. And then we shall get the hand, we shall get the banner, and we shall watch everything fall apart. Come on, stop being an idiot. Well, this is not going well. Okay, let's take that off. Let's position this a little better. There we are. Reposition the dagger hand. And now let's try and get this attached properly. There we are. We'll just leave that there for a couple of minutes to dry. Now, he doesn't have a special helmet, so we're looking for one on the main sprue. There is none on this sprue, so we'll get one from this sprue, and there are a couple. Let's choose this one. Now I'm assuming that the banner bearer is just from the rank and file troops who have risen up. Oops, I've just sliced into my finger, that was clever of me. Oh dear. I'll get a plaster in a moment. So that can go on there like so. Now, how is this looking? Now this can go, oops, this can just slot into there. And be held for a couple of moments. This is heavy, but hopefully it will stick nicely this time. Now, one thing I can't do is glue, put a spot of glue on the bottom of here to try and hold it on, because these also work for a skirmish game. I'll need to take them off. So it's a case of whatchamacallit, it is very much a case of having to try and support it enough that it stays and secures properly, and I'm trying to avoid at the moment getting blood everywhere. So what I need to do is go and find the plasters that we bought today. And that is that. So there is the Steel Legion from Conquest, Last Argument of Kings. That's how you put those together. That's how I put them together anyway. Anyway, that's it for this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. Let's bring up the others just to show you that they do fit together. And as you can see, even with a sword that is going to the right or going off to one side, you can still fit them side to side. But there we are, that's it, as I say, for this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. I'm going to get in a plaster. Until next time, as always, stay safe and take care. God bless, and bye for now.